Good afternoon. I just wanted today happens to be the Yortzeit of Chaim Oshka. She was the Rebbitzin, the rabbi's wife of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, and today is her Yortzeit, meaning this is the anniversary of her death, the day that she passed away, and she was a very important figure, in the Lubavitch community. And again, just like everybody else, you can learn from everybody. And there's a very well-known, famous story that I again heard this morning that I would like to share with you. The story goes is again, she had different things that she was taking around. She had a driver. She was driving around Brooklyn. Anybody who ever drives around Brooklyn knows that, traffic, people park wherever they want, streets get closed randomly. Everything's haphazard. Sometimes you can go down the street, sometimes you can't. There's rules and regulations every way you want to go. One time she was going home and they took her off her regular course. They closed the road that she wanted to go and she had to go around a different direction. This is before Waze, this is before GPS maps, this is before everything. And so they were going around a different way. And then they just got stuck in more traffic and it wasn't moving. So she asked her driver, go get out of the car, go, let's see what's happening. So sure enough, she goes out, the driver goes out, and then she comes back a few minutes later and she says to the Rebbitzin, "Oh, they're evicting somebody from their apartment." So the Rebbitzin, is obviously distraught. So she upset. She goes, go see if there's anything to do. So she goes. The driver goes back. No, they need to be paid the money today in order to stop the lady from getting evicted. And this wasn't a Jewish lady. This was some random lady she didn't know. Um, so the Rebbitzin goes to her driver, go ask how much money that do they need in order for her to stay in the apartment. So she comes back, needs a lot of money. I forgot exactly how much it was, 5,000, 10,000, 12,000, whatever it is. So the Rebbitzin asked the driver, go ask the people if they could accept a check. So sure enough, there comes back, yes, I'll accept a check. So she comes back and she writes a check for, the $12,000 and she gives it to whoever's a victim. And sure enough, the lady's able to stay. And the lady's very appreciative and thankful, about everything that goes on. So her driver, she says to her, you don't know this woman, you don't know anything that's going on. It's not that it's not characteristic, but it's just it's an unusual story. She's like, what's going on? So the Rebbitzin says, I learned from my father, and her father was the previous Rebbe, the previous person in charge. She's like, I learned from my father that God always puts you in places for a reason. And obviously, God put us in that place to help this lady. So I tried to do whatever she tried to do, whatever she could in her power to help that lady, because she realized wherever you are is where God wants you to be. And she was able to do and help out that woman, just like wherever God puts us in the world, whatever place, we're there to help others and we're there for ourselves, but we're there real because God wants us to be there.